In this video, we're going to see if Arabic speakers can understand Maltese, a language spoken in the island nation of Malta, which is near Sicily, Tunisia, and Libya. Why might they be able to understand Maltese? Because it developed from an Arabic dialect. Maltese traces its roots to Siculo-Arabic, a form of Arabic that used to be spoken in Sicily alongside Sicilian, back when it was ruled by the Fatimid Caliphate. Malta is just 200 kilometers away, and Arabic-speaking Muslims from Sicily migrated there, bringing the language with them. The islands of Malta came under various Christian rulers, and the Muslim population was ultimately expelled in the 13th century. This event cut the island's Arabic dialect off from the Arabic-speaking world and from the classical Arabic of the Quran. This caused it to evolve independently from other varieties of Arabic, eventually becoming Maltese, which is now a separate language. Part of that evolution was the absorption of huge amounts of vocabulary from Sicilian, Italian, and to some extent French. And since Malta was a British protectorate or colony from 1800 to 1964, English also had an impact. And even now, English is Malta's second official language. So Maltese is essentially an Arabic dialect that has become Latinized and to some extent Anglicized. The syntax and grammar of Maltese remain mostly Arabic, and around 30 to 40% of its vocabulary comes from Arabic as well. This includes many basic words and grammatical function words, but around 50 to 60% of its vocabulary comes from Italian and Sicilian, while the rest is mainly English and to some extent French. Although Maltese is classified as a Semitic language, the sheer number of loanwords from non-Semitic languages makes it stand out from the others. Maltese is most closely related to the Maghrebi Arabic dialects spoken in Morocco, Algeria, Libya, and Tunisia. Some Tunisians and other Maghrebi speakers have told me that they can understand a lot of Maltese, but I've never actually put that to the test. I plan to play them some sentences from Christiane, a native speaker from Malta, and see how much they understand. And I'll also show them some sentences in writing. This is Maryam from Egypt. I'm going to play her a short monologue in Maltese.
Malta huwa pajjiż li jikkonsisti minn arċipelagu ta' 7 gżejjer li jinsabu fil-Baħar Mediterran u meqjus pajjiż parti mill-Ewropa t'isfel, 80 kilometru mill-kosta ta' Sqallija, 288 kilometru fil-lvant ta' Tunezija u 300 kilometru fit-tramuntana tal-Libja. Il-lingwa Maltija hija lingwa semitika li oriġinat mis-sikolu Qarbi li kien mitkellem fi Sqallija. Matul iż-żmien ġiet influwenzata mit-Taljan, mill-Isqalli u mill-Ingliż fost lingwi oħra. Illum il-lingwa Maltija hija l-unika lingwa semitika miktuba bitri Latini u l-unika lingwa semitika fl-Unjoni Ewropea.
I understood a lot of it actually. At first, it was an introduction about the country of Malta and then about the Maltese language. Like I could understand the numbers of kilometers away from Tunisia and from Libya and from Italy, Sicily, I think, I'm not sure. When she started talking about the language, she started by saying it's a Semitic language and it's the only Semitic language written in Latin alphabet, and that it's the only Semitic language spoken in the countries of the European Union.
Right. Yeah, it sounds like you got basically the whole gist of what she was saying. Maybe you didn't catch every word, but it seems like you understood every point she made. I played the same monologue for Farouk from Morocco.
Okay, she did speak very slowly, but I would say that with the few keywords, I was able to understand like the whole meaning of the sentence. I feel like I can add a language in my CV now.
Right. So you could understand the general meaning.
Yes.
I also played it for Rostom from Tunisia.
So I was a bit confused at first, but then I kind of picked up on a few things. So they talked about the language and where the country was situated geographically. And I think that's it.
The close proximity of Malta to its neighbors means that it's pretty easy to travel between those countries. If you're visiting Malta, you can go on a short excursion to Tunisia, for example. The problem is how to stay connected while you're in a different country. Roaming charges are insanely expensive, and you can't rely on random Wi-Fi connections being available or secure. Even the Wi-Fi at Tunis Airport is limited to 15 minutes. But you'll never have that problem if you download the Saili app before your trip. Saily is an eSIM application that allows you to purchase an affordable short-term data plan from your iOS or Android device for whichever country you plan to visit from right within the app. No physical SIM cards required. You don't need to line up to buy a SIM card at the airport, and you don't need to carry a portable Wi-Fi device. You just select your country and data plan inside the app and activate your electronic SIM, which connects you with local cellular providers. Saily covers 190 countries all in one app, so every time you intend to travel, you just purchase a data plan for that country inside the same app. You don't need to search for a different eSIM each time. They also offer data plans that cover entire regions, which is great if you're going on a trip to multiple countries. One of the biggest mistakes I've made while traveling is not buying a data plan, while telling myself, oh, I'll be able to use Wi-Fi at the hotel and cafes, I'll be fine. But then I'd waste a lot of time looking for Wi-Fi rather than enjoying my trip. And once my wife and I got lost while riding our bikes in Thailand, so I turned on data roaming for just a few seconds to check our location on Google Maps. Just those few seconds of data roaming cost us something like $40. You can spend a lot less than that on a Saily eSIM and have easy internet access for your entire trip. You can double check online to make sure that your specific device is eSIM compatible, but if you discover that it's not and you've already purchased a plan, you can contact Saily's 24/7 chat support for a full refund. LangFocus viewers can get an exclusive 15% discount on Saily eSIM data plans. Download the Saily app and use the code LangFocus in all caps at checkout. Saily will help you stay connected wherever you go. Okay, now let's show the participants some individual Maltese sentences. Okay, so how about this one?
Jien inħobb l-ikel Malti.
I'm not sure about the first word, but I'm pretty sure about the rest. So inhab means like or love. It resembles the verb nihab in Arabic. Ikel makes me think of akil, which means food, and Malti is pretty much Maltese. So I think this sentence means I like Maltese cuisine or Maltese food.
Okay, can you guess what this means?
I like Maltese food.
Right. I like or I love Maltese food. Word for word, it's I love the food Maltese. This word yin comes from Arabic ana. Inhub is like uhibbu in Arabic, or more colloquially, ahib, as well as various dialectal forms. The Tunisian form is nhib, and has a n prefix to indicate first-person singular like Maltese does. The Egyptian form is bahib. Il is like standard Arabic al, and dialectal Arabic il or el. Ikel comes from Arabic ekil. And Malti is an adjective ending in an E vowel, just like in Arabic. It lines up almost word for word, or basically it's word for word, similar to Arabic.
Yes, أنا أحب الأكل المالتي. That would be, yeah.
The biggest difference I see between the Maltese and Arabic sentences is that in Arabic, the definite article comes before both the noun and the adjective, while in Maltese it only comes before the noun. Okay, another sentence.
Kemm misħana llum?
Okay, so kem might be how much. Shana, in my opinion, is very similar to shana, which is heat in Arabic. From the things that I picked up, I would say that the person is saying that it's very hot today, or how hot is it today, but like as an exclamation.
Okay, that's right. It's like, it's so hot today, as an exclamation, as you said.
Kem he's. I mean, kem is how much? I'm not sure, but I'm not sure of the rest, actually, no.
Okay. So it's like this. It's so hot today.
Oh, okay. Skhana. Okay. Okay. I didn't, the H, I think it's more of a kh sound than a ha sound, or I'm not sure. Oh, ilum el-yum. Okay. I get it now.
Word for word, it's how much it heat today. Kem comes from Arabic kem, meaning how much. He comes from Arabic hiya, which means she or it for feminine nouns. Shana comes from the Arabic word sakhana, which means heat. In Maltese, the х sound of Arabic isn't used anymore. It merged with the sound h. Ilum is like il-yom in dialectal Arabic or al-yawm in standard Arabic, which literally means the day and is also used with the meaning of today. In Maltese, il-yum means the day, while the word today is the contracted form ilum. Okay, another sentence.
Għandna bżonn 5 patatijiet.
I have a guess. I'm not sure if it's right or not. I think it means we have 5 potatoes on the plate. So the first word makes me think of anna, which means we have. Hames, as I would say it in Tunisian, khamsa, number 5. Patatiet makes me think of potatoes. And why did I say plate? It's because bzon makes me think of fashan. So fi shan in the plate. We have in the plate 5 potatoes. That's my guess.
Okay, interesting. There's one word in there that might be a surprise when I show you, but you'll probably catch it right away. We need 5 potatoes. Word for word, it's we have, need 5 potatoes. These 2 words are Arabic-derived vocabulary, while these 2 words are Romance-derived vocabulary. Andna comes from the Arabic word anna, meaning we have. Note that this digraph, G plus H, is used for the Ain sound of Arabic, but in modern Maltese it's silent. Bzon is from Sicilian bisogno, like Italian bisogno. Andna bzon looks like a loan translation of avemu bisogno in Sicilian or abbiamo bisogno in Italian, which is the way to say we need. Hames comes from Arabic khams, meaning 5. Again, notice that the Arabic kh is h in Maltese. Patatet is the plural of patata, which comes from Sicilian patata. But the plural suffix et is from Arabic at, the feminine plural suffix.
Anna bżonn ħames patatiet.
Okay, anna is we have. Khamas is 5. Bzon, it could go like maybe, I think. And patatiet, I'm not sure. Potatoes, I don't know. Maybe we have 5 potatoes.
Okay, so here it is. We need 5 potatoes.
Okay. Ghanna is we need. We don't. Okay.
Besoin is like, in French they have besoin. They would say like, nous avons besoin, we need. Or in...
Okay. Tamam.
All right, another one.
Tkun xtart.
I think it means you are late. So tkun as mean you are, and tard as tard in French, which means late.
Okay, so let me show you the sentence. It's like this. Don't be late.
Oh, okay, so we have these 2. The X that's pronounced sh at the end of the word means the negation.
Word for word, it's be not late. Tard comes from Italian tardi or Sicilian tardu. Takunsh comes from Arabic takun, you will be, plus sh, which is a negation suffix from dialectal Arabic. When that suffix is used in Arabic dialects, it's usually used in combination with the negative particle ma, matkunsh. In other dialects, it's matkun, with only the ma particle. And in some North African dialects, only the sh suffix is used, tkunsh, like in Maltese.
Like in Moroccan, the first part would have been pretty much the same. We'd say matkun shmattal.
Tkun xtart.
Don't be late.
That's right. Yeah, don't be late.
Yeah. But tard, I got it from French.
Mm-hmm.
It has nothing to do with Arabic.
How about the first part, like takunsh? Is that like comprehensible Arabic?
Yes, for sure. Because in Egypt, don't be is matkunsh in Egyptian, and in a lot of Arab countries they just omit the ma sound, so it's just kunsh.
Mm-hmm.
Like kunsh. If someone says kunsh so and so, even if I don't understand what tard is, I am going to understand that they mean don't be.
Okay, so what do you think this means?
Et naqra ktieb.
I think it means I'm reading a book. And it's interesting because the first word, I immediately thought of qa'ad, which in Tunisian means I am doing something. But in the audio, they clearly do not pronounce the qa the same way I pronounce it. And I believe it's silent in the audio. So if I didn't have the sentence in front of me, I wouldn't have guessed it. The second word is naqra, which is reading. And kitib is kitib, which means book. So my guess would be I am reading a book.
Okay, that's right. It means I'm reading a book. And you are right, this is related to qad. But like in the Levantine dialects, the q sound isn't pronounced. It's silent too. Qed becomes ed, and then naqra becomes naqra.
Et naqra ktieb.
I'm reading a book.
Right, I'm reading a book.
Yeah.
Word for word, it's present continuous marker, I read a book. It is a present continuous marker. It comes from Arabic qa'id, meaning sitting.
It's derived from قاعد, قاعد. I'm sitting there reading a book, but they use it as I am doing something right now.
Note that the letter Q in et and na'ra is pronounced as a glottal stop, like the consonant qaf in many Arabic dialects. Na'ra comes from Arabic aqra, but like we saw earlier, in Maltese the first-person singular form has an n prefix. In contrast, the first-person plural form would be na'ra'u, like Arabic naqra'u. Ktib comes from Arabic kitab, with some vowel differences. Notice that the first vowel is basically reduced to 0. Various vowel changes like these occur in all the different Arabic dialects as well. Another sentence.
X'taħseb dwar dan?
Like, shtaħseb, maybe what do you think? I'm not sure, but the rest, I have no clue.
What do you think about this?
Okay, so then it's dah. It's like هذا, but like they add an N to the end. And dwar kind of means around, or like around the subject. But like, yeah, I get it. And shtaħseb, I got it from the start. It's what do you think? Oh, it's that very interesting how they use the vocabulary was chosen.
Word for word, it's what you think about this. Sh or she before a consonant cluster is like shu, shnu, or ish, which means what in various Arabic dialects. Tahseb comes from Arabic tahsab, meaning you think. Dwar comes from Arabic dawr, or its plural form adwar, a noun meaning physically circling or encompassing something like around. In Maltese, it evolved to have the meaning of semantically circling or encompassing something. In other words, like the preposition about. Dan comes from da, which means this in some Arabic dialects, in particular in Egypt. In Standard Arabic, it's haza. These two words were unclear for the participants, though some of them had a guess about dwar.
I can only guess the first part, which is shtaḥseb. What are you counting? I believe. Or it would also mean what do you think? So shno taħseb. Dwar dan, I have no idea what it means.
Yes, Dan is not derived from Arabic, right?
I think dan is from Arabic, but like in Egypt, for example, they would say da to mean this. So there's an N added at the end.
Oh,
but
yes.
I think it does come from the same, like from hada.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense.
So far, we've seen a lot of informal sentences in Maltese, and a lot of the vocabulary came from Arabic. But in more formal sentences, you'll notice that a lot more of the vocabulary comes from Sicilian or Italian. So I wonder if the participants will find these harder to understand.
Il-gvern ħabbar miżuri ġodda biex jikkontrolla l-inflazzjoni.
All right, can you catch any of
Yes. So, il-gvern, the government, khabar. So, it's khabar means information in Arabic. So I think this is the government informs Missouri measures Jodda. Okay, so I'm gonna skip this one because I don't think it's necessary to understand the general meaning. Besh. So besh in Moroccan, I don't know if it's the case for Tunisian or Algerian, but besh means for. Like when I say besh nakl means to eat, just like the justification of something, like I have to cook to eat. خاصنا نطيب باش ناكل. Like it's something that you insert in the middle of the sentence so that the second half can justify the first. G controla. Once again, this is like this tendency of Arabizing Latin verbs. So controlli. Inflazioni, so inflation. So I think I understood it. It's the government informs, communicates some measures to control the inflation.
Okay, that's basically right. I think you're just missing one word, but when you see it, you'll get it. The government announced new measures to control inflation.
Oh, okay.
Word for word, it's the government announced measures new so that it controls the inflation. Govern comes from Italian governo, or Sicilian governo. Habbar comes from Arabic khabbar. Missouri comes from Italian misure, or Sicilian misuri. Jodda is the plural form of jadid, from Arabic jadid. Bish means so that or in order that. It's a compound of be plus ish, literally with what. There's a similar word in Maghrebi Arabic dialects. Controlla comes from Italian controllare. But to make borrowed verbs fit with Arabic-derived conjugation, prefixes are added, plus the verb's initial consonant is doubled. Yi is the third-person prefix. Inflazione comes from Italian inflazione, or Sicilian inflazioni. Another sentence.
it-tempesta kkawżat ħsarat kbar lill-binjiet tal-belt.
I think it just means the tempest, or like I guess it means the same thing. كawżat, it caused. حصارات, I think it means حصار. I'm trying to remember what it means because my brain has so many languages swirling around right now.
I know the feeling.
Yeah. Okay, حصارات. Okay, let's come to it later. كبار, big. To the buildings. Tal-belt. Belt. Does it mean like?
Okay, so it's the storm caused significant damage to the buildings in the city. But word for word, it's the storm caused damages large to the buildings of the city. Tempesta comes from Italian tempesta. Causat comes from Italian causare, conjugated in the past tense like an Arabic verb. Hasara comes from Arabic khasara, meaning loss or damage. And this is the plural form. It's countable in Maltese. Kbar is the plural form of kbir, from Arabic kabir. The word lil is a combination of lil, meaning two, from Arabic li, plus il, meaning the. Binyet is the plural form of binya, a building, from Arabic binya, meaning a building or a structure. And again, the et plural form comes from the Arabic feminine plural form et. Tal, meaning of the, is ta plus il. Ta marks possession, and is like ta in some Arabic dialects, which originally comes from the word mata, meaning thing or possession. Belt means town or city, from Arabic beled, which means country in standard Arabic, while in many Arabic dialects it can be either country or city. In Maltese, country is paese, like paese in Italian or paesi in Sicilian, while belt is always city or town. This word belt was hard for the participants to decipher.
I'm not sure belt, I did not get it, and I'm not sure what origin it comes from.
It's from balad.
Oh, okay. Belt, okay.
Tal belt, yeah, I'm not sure what belt in this context means. Is it like region, or because we have bled, which means country, but I'm not sure.
Right, it's related to that word. Belt comes from balad, and I think you pronounced it differently in Tunisian.
Bled.
Bled. Okay, bled. All right, another sentence.
Il-kultura Maltija hija influenzata minn diversi tradizzjonijiet.
Okay, can you guess what this means?
Yes, so it means, my guess would be the Maltese culture is influenced by many traditions, diverse traditions.
The Maltese culture is influenced by diverse traditions.
Okay, that's right. The Maltese culture is influenced by various traditions. Word for word, it's the culture Maltese. It is influenced from various or diverse traditions. This sentence is all basically Arabic structure with Italian content words. Cultura comes from Italian cultura. Hia comes from Arabic hia, which means she or it. Influenzata comes from Italian influenzata, the past participle of the verb influenzare. Min comes from Arabic min. Diversi comes from the masculine plural of the Italian adjective diverso. Tradizioni comes from Italian tradizione or Sicilian tradizioni, plus that feminine plural ending that derives from Arabic.
Structure and the conjugation is Arabic, but the vocab itself is definitely Roman.
Another sentence.
Il-kumpaniji għandhom responsabilità morali lejn il-komunità.
The company has a moral responsibility towards the community.
Okay, right. That's pretty much correct. The companies have a moral responsibility towards the community. Word for word, it's the companies, they have responsibility moral towards the community. Compagnia comes from Sicilian compagnia. And unlike the word tradizioni in the previous sentence, in this word, the plural comes from Sicilian, compagni. We've seen this word of Arabic origin already, but this time the pronominal suffix is third-person plural, so it means they have. Responsabilità comes from Italian responsabilità. Morali comes from Italian morale or Sicilian murali. Len comes from Arabic ila, meaning to, plus aina, meaning where. Comunità comes from Italian, comunità. Although the participants were able to figure out a lot of the meaning of the Maltese sentences, it wasn't quite as easy for them as I'd expected. Let's hear what they had to say about this challenge.
Seeing the sentence and seeing how what words are being used and hearing the sentence, these two combined makes Maltese very understandable to me, a Tunisian. Mm-hmm. But if you would talk to me in Maltese fluently, I would probably guess half of the words and the overall meaning of the sentence.
Mm-hmm. The longer the sentences get, the more context I could pick up from each separate words, and then I could understand quite well the like, especially at the beginning when you showed me the text. Since the text was so long, I think able to understand most of it because I just picked up a lot of words and I connected the dots myself.
It was actually so much fun trying to decipher the meaning of these sentences because, as you said, mostly it's Arabic structure and conjugation, but the vocab varies. Sometimes it's Arabic, sometimes it's Romance, Italian specifically, sometimes it's English, and the thing is that, like, I think it would be much more comprehensible to Arabs than Italians, for instance, because the whole structure of the sentences is very similar to Arabic. But then there's some vocab that's very Italian and Romance. It's very interesting, actually. It's a very interesting language to decipher.
Yes, I think like any Arabic speaker who also spoke Italian would probably understand Maltese pretty easily. For sure. Not just Italian, but knowledge of any Romance language seemed to be helpful for understanding Maltese, and so was English.
I feel like, especially since I also speak French, I feel like I can just accumulate information about the context.
I'm not fluent in French, but I have a good understanding of French a little bit, so it helps me understand some Italian as well. I also speak English fluently, so that might have affected my comprehension of the whole text, because there are English influences. But I'm sure that if an Egyptian who does not understand any English at all, they would understand some part of it, definitely.
It definitely seems like knowledge of at least one variety of Arabic plus one Romance language, or even English because of its Romance vocabulary, gives you the ability to figure out what a lot of Maltese means, if you have time to break it down. With that base, you would probably get better at understanding fluently spoken Maltese fairly quickly with regular exposure. The question of the day. If you're a native speaker of Arabic, of any variety, how well were you able to make sense of the Maltese sentences? Does it seem like Arabic to you? And to Maltese speakers, how much Arabic do you understand when you hear it spoken? Does it feel very close to Maltese? Leave your answers in the comments. And now it's time to give a shout out to all of the LangFocus Patreon supporters, especially the ones you see right here on the screen. They are the top tier Patreon supporters, so let's give them a round of applause. Wow, you're still watching. That means you must have really enjoyed this video. I'm sure you'll enjoy this one too. Click on the thumbnail to check it out.